We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're gonna be winners.
What's the matter? You got nothing left inside, huh? Cause you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
Oh, geez, Louise. It's only me and Matt. Where the hell's Eric?
I miss Eric. I miss him already.
Less than a nanosecond in, and we already miss Eric.
I miss him already.
Welcome to episode 161 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast. Matt, you know, I've been listening to other podcasts periodically over the last week or so, and they do a mighty fine job of, introing themselves, like for new listeners who might be, going up and down their podcast dial and might not be aware of what their podcast is. So if we have any new people out there, which I doubt, but if we did, how would you describe Bad Fodder Figures to the noob listening to us?
A dumpster fire.
A dumpster. We cover a plethora of topics.
We go off the rails so much on this show. It is incredible.
I would just like to say that we're just like 90 minutes of one loosely and largely based sexual innuendo right after the other. That'd be
That's a good hot take. That's a good hot take right there. It's one topic after the other. There is no, even though there's an agenda, there's no planner, there is no role to this show. It just happens.
It's a cornucopia of nonsense.
You could say that. you could say that. Yeah.
And it's not even November, but I do wish it was November. Two weekend days of hard outside yard work, and I'm ready for winter. That's it.
No, sir.
I'm ready.
Let's
go right to November. We'd already be in football season. We'd be closing in on Thanksgiving, and Christmas would be right around the corner.
No, sir.
We don't need the next 7 months. We don't need the next 7 months.
I want baseball to be over. Okay. I want baseball to be over. Not the Reds. No, not MLB.
This knothole. This wannabe MLB.
This knothole league. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a hell of a game yesterday, and some situations happen, and people getting ejected and shit. It's like, oh my god, I'm done with this fucking drama. I'm done with this fucking bullshit. Adults
being adults, and kids being more adults than the adults.
A little bit of both, dude. A little bit of both. The umpire had to give warnings out and said, you know what, this is no longer being fun. There's a warning to the coaches here, warning to the coaches here, and that goes for the parents also. I was like, thank God.
And no warning to scorekeeper 69. You're right the fuck out of here.
There's an issue there too. There too yesterday. So I keep,
God,
obviously I got to keep score, okay? And I've got a clicker. I keep pitch count, all right? Pitchers get 80 pitches.
Uh-oh.
All right.
No more, no less, right? The other guy went 81 and you stood up and was like,
no more, no less. That's correct, And we're going through, and every inning you got to check the pitches, all right? He's got 23. Our guy's got 21. All right, cool. Go back and forth then. Well, the one inning came around. So I got 35 on you. No, I'm sorry. I had 43 on you and 35 on us. And he's like, no. I got 45 on you guys and only 33 on us. I was like, you got it backwards or something. And she had this
Keeper 69 does not make mistakes.
I do not make mistakes. And that's what the parent next to me says. He doesn't make mistakes like that. We were 10 off. We were 10 pitches off. Okay. No, sometimes we're off maybe 2, 3. And all right, cool. That's cool. We'll
round it up.
Whatever. Right. but we're 10 off.
Can't have
And they had 10. They had 10 less on their pitcher and 10 more on our pitcher. I was like, this so this ain't right.
And was their pitcher good?
He was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay. Yeah, he was feeling some heat. He was doing pretty good. And so we were trying to figure this out and that, and I'm talking to her and their coach. I was like, I've never been off by this much. I've never been this wrong. And he says, well, you're wrong now, aren't you?
And Barb comes out. Let me just tell you, he's wrong all the time. Let's put it on the record here.
I said, what? He said, well, you're wrong now, aren't you, obviously? I was like, no, I'm not. I said, my clicker does not lie.
Oh, my God.
And our coach, our first base coach was there, kind of hearing all those things. Like, he's never had issues like this. And it went back and forth, and finally it went back and forth, and it went. The home field has got the score. They got the scorebook, and they've got the count. So whatever comes up, it's their call.
Yeah.
So it came up them, but it, and then the call came up later on in the field. There was a little arguing back, and their coach was like, "It's okay. We got our pitch count right. We know how to count pitches." And I stood up. I just stared at him.
No.
I didn't say who said that or anything like that.
Where is that? God damn it! We need a sound. We need a sound man. Fucking sound man is asleep.
Who said that? Yeah. So that was the whole. Anyways, but we lost. We ended up losing the game, unfortunately, by 1 run. Sucked. But
One of those coaches. The coaches on the other side have like kids that were playing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would have drilled that fucking kid right in the fucking hip.
Oh wow!
I didn't miss that pitch. Did you get that pitch? Did you count that pitch?
I got that one there. I counted that one. I'm so done with this drama. So done with this bullshit, Mike. This is our last year playing fucking baseball. This is it.
You've told Barb this. You've made it crystal clear.
Oh, it is definitely crystal clear to Barb. Yes, she knows.
And what does she say?
Okay. Okay.
Barb's a little bit in the doghouse between signing up for another season adventure of Knothole baseball, and now there's a vacation planned for late summer.
Yes.
You don't have to give me the exact details, but roundabout financial figures. What would you say is costing you?
Too much.
Too much. I had a nice.
Is that an answer? Too much.
I had a nice 2-bedroom cottage down the Cape that would have been a lot cheaper for you.
Let me tell you, Mike, my Sky Miles are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could have drove here. You wouldn't even have to use your miles.
I would. That'd been fine. I would even
left you the car to the Toyota to use because it's got all this. It will have all the stickers for the beaches and the dump. You want to go.
Yeah?
You want to go to a fancy
the dump.
The dump.
Wow.
You're
not holding back any of that stuff, are you?
You think I'm throwing your trash away?
Well, isn't that what the ocean's for? Can't just throw it out in the ocean?
This is a very fancy dump. You would like it. A lot of scrapping.
Ooh,
a lot of
I might come away with stuff. Can we leave with stuff?
There's a lot of metal over there. There's a big, huge pile of scrap.
Can we leave with items from the dump?
No, it says no picking.
Oh, so people do that thing. Obviously, so people must be doing that thing. People must be
coming to get
picky.
The metals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have left you the Toyota with the beach stickers. Could have went to the beach.
We probably would have flown there.
Yeah?
We probably would have flown there. Hell yeah, dude. I get extra time doing that.
So now, now they're all gone, though.
They're gone. It's all gone.
So when that happens, when they leave, are you going to go like camping nude in the woods, like in your property?
Sure, why not? Just because you're on vacation doesn't mean I can't be on vacation too.
What was that show? Naked and Alone or something like that?
Naked and Afraid?
No, that's just every night.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
what your wife says when you come into bed.
Yeah, maybe Naked and Afraid. That could have been one of those like Discovery Channel shows, right? Like they just thrown in the woods, thrown on the
Throughout the wilderness, naked, no clothes.
Yeah,
Man, women.
I watched like one episode of that. Didn't really get through it, and like someone got like within like 5 minutes, someone got a bite like where they shouldn't have got bitten, and they had to like get rescued by the staff. Like, what did you fucking think was going to happen?
I don't understand that show. I mean, I'd be straight up wrong. You know, I mean,
you think so?
Especially if some hot chick there, like, hey, just swinging. Swinging dicks around.
I think I'd have the opposite problem. All the fucking bugs biting me, snakes going around, all the fucking poison.
Well, that is an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
I don't want to entice them by anything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know? They just see that thing out there, you know?
Just, oh, look at this, fresh meat.
Well, here we are, another Sunday night, episode 161. No glove box tonight. We have no idea if he's got job issues, if he's at the JOB and can't break away, or if he's got a little, maybe he's got his own little drumstick out and doing something, you know, maybe
he's naked and afraid right now.
Yeah, maybe he had a little romance call, maybe he had a last minute booty call, because it was I just got to say, Matt, you know, you're just breaking my stride there. I was going to say Eric had a last minute booty call, but fucking Christ, you got a Reds hat on, a Reds hoodie, and a Reds sippy cup. God damn. Marge Scott ain't got shit on you. Holy fuck.
Oh, Marge Schott taught me everything I knew. Marge Schott.
Schott, not Scott. Schott.
Not Scott, yeah. And Shotzi, that fucking dog that was shit on the field every time I went out there. Was shit on the field. And the little groundskeeper guy came out and cleaned it up.
I mean, you don't have to show us, but can you confirm or deny if you have like Reds like underwear or socks on right now?
I do have red color underwear on. I do have red color underwear. I have black socks.
The hell of a thing. I think they won today too.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Big game against the Cubs. Hell of a game.
All right. Well, it's good. It's good that you're keeping them in, with the merchandise. It's very crisp. It looks crisp. It all looks brand new. It doesn't look ratty.
Speaking of merchandise, this is top notch shit here. This is good.
Nike,
this is
Nike.
I mean, yeah, Nike, man. This hat here, this is good top notch shit. Speaking of merchandise, the Bengals released new uniforms last week.
Oh yeah,
new crisp, new clean uniforms. Redesign.
Yep.
Guess what's arriving this coming Wednesday? A new Bengals Burrow jersey.
We've gone down this. We've gone down this path. I have been. If everybody takes a look at Matt and can envision me, 15, 20 years ago, I was you 15, 20 years ago because none of my teams could fucking win. And then slowly, as they started winning, I started getting all this championship merchandise. I no longer bought the merchandise because I felt
got bored.
Well, I don't know if I got bored. I feel like everybody else had it. I felt like I was going out and we were just all like this cult. We were all wearing this fucking same sports shit. I never want to look like everybody else, obviously. Look at this fucking mess over here. Well, yeah. It's good that you're supporting the home team, Matt. No one can never question your loyalty. You know what I mean?
That's true. I'm a homer.
Speaking of homer, did your team draft anybody of note? I saw a couple offensive linemen here and there in the late rounds. The Patriots made a trade with you guys. Patriots wanted to move up in the second round to draft a kind of tweener. He's like a defensive end linebacker type guy from Alabama. So they made a trade so we could move up. We got our Mac Jones from Alabama, the number 15 pick. Think he's
Alabama, man.
We were having this conversation the other night, I think Wednesday night, like, who the fuck would ever draft a guy named Billy Price? Billy Price. You just think if you just drafted a guy with that name, you think he'd pan out and be a good player. I just right away I know he's not going to be a good player. Now, what do you say if you sit there and go Mac Jones? Can you envision a quarterback, Mac Jones, having a good career or not? What do you think?
I gotta say no, Mike.
I gotta say no too.
I gotta say no, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What about a name like Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase.
For the Bengals screwing up the pickin' Lions getting the best oil in the draft.
All right.
That's a whole other thing right there. I think a lot of people in Cincinnati were wanting that offensive lineman, but they took the wide receiver Jamar Chase instead. Burrow's
now I know
wide receiver.
Yeah, from LSU.
Yep.
I close my eyes. Jamar Chase. If you say it enough times, then maybe it comes true. Jamar Chase. I don't know. Nope.
It's a wide receiver's name.
I mean, the first thing that comes up is that he's been, he's been demoted to the practice squad. That's the first thing when I'm thinking. That's what just keeps, I keep close my eyes, I keep saying it, and it just flashes in the background. Practice squad. Practice squad.
Because in my mind is money sign. Money's a name like that, and I think he's going to cost us.
Well, they're all. What do you mean? They all have the same they're all slotted in. You don't sign any of these guys to exorbitant contracts anymore.
Sure, you do.
No, but it's all predetermined. Like you can't have a guy drafted like 15th making more than a guy who's been drafted 13th.
If he wants more, he sure as hell can.
No, it's all.
He might not get signed for it.
They are. It's like the Patriots already know what they're paying Mac Jones. It's like he's getting like $13.5 million over 5 years, and he gets an $8.6 million signing bonus. And if he was like, I don't know, like I forget what they said. If they traded up and took him at another position, it would have cost him like 34 point something million.
Is this something new?
No, they structured it like 7 years ago, according to Ian Hale in chat. So there's no more like holding out anymore. It's like, this is your deal. You take it or leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit of haggling, some details, but that's why you don't really hear too many guys holding out anymore.
Okay.
It's how you get slotted in.
Interesting. Okay.
You're like a piece of RAM. You just get slotted in. Boom.
You get slotted in. This is it.
You can tell by your reaction, you think I'm full of shit.
No, I didn't know it was around for 7 years. I mean, because okay, yeah.
But you didn't hear anything with Joe Burrows, right? He was just boom. He was like signed.
No,
there was no negotiating, right?
No, but that's because he always said he whoever he got signed with, he wouldn't cause an issue or anything like that. He always said, okay, whoever get signed with, and that's what it is. And
like, I'm sure they cannot sign. Like, I'm sure that's like one option. Like, no, I don't want to go to your team, but I don't think they can haggle over the dollars.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So
right.
you feel good about your team? A couple offensive linemen, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase. We with AJ Green being gone now, we needed a wide receiver and someone who's familiar with Burrow. It's probably a good thing. I'd rather have the offensive line to protect Burrow, so he doesn't get hurt again. But it is what it is. Got a couple offensive linemen down in the draft, and they went heavy on defense also. So I don't know. See how it works out for the Bengals. Be a year or two, maybe they might work out.
Now you've been going over to Burrow's house and limbering up the ACL, giving him the pinpoint massage, lots of thumbs and four. Yep, a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been massaging his leg. He tells me when to stop. So which is normally within 5 minutes.
You have a safety word.
Yes. Yeah. Safety word is Ocho Cinco. Yeah.
Boy. Like I said at the top, it's just really fucking 90 minutes of sexual innuendos here. Welcome to Bad Fodder Figures.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm excited for the season next year.
Let's get right to it. Fuck these next 7 months. Let's get right into it.
No.
What do you need to go to Coney Island and watch the friggin' fat guys in their thongs?
And see the sights at Coney. Okay.
Last time we saw Coney, it was rained. It was like washed out.
Mm-hmm.
It's all gone away.
It's fine now. It's fine. They'll be filling up the pool here in a couple of weeks.
You smell it on your non-ride to work.
Got my non-ride to work. I'll be smelling it. You're right.
No updates on that. Going back to the office, I know at my place, obviously they have a lot of, many hundreds of offices, so they're slowly ramping, people back in 50%. No word on your end, though.
Once the restrictions in Ohio are lifted, we'll probably go back. But until then, I don't see it happening.
So you've been home almost a year?
Oh, over a year now.
Over a year.
Yeah. March 20th was my last day at work a year ago. March 20th of 2020. So
you're gonna see if you'd like going back in.
I don't know if I will. I like it. I like it here at home.
Might hold out. You're a company.
Lunchtime.
You're a company man. If they tell you to do naked jumping jacks, you're gonna do them. But Well,
that's because I like it. But I mean, come on.
Oh boy. What are you going to do, folks? He's incorrigible. I try to lead him these things where he says, no, Mike, that's frowned upon at work. I shouldn't be fucking juggling my man meat at work. And he's like, no, I like it.
It depends who is in front of, too. You
want to keep going?
Now, see, I can do that at home here. I can juggle my meat at home here when Barb comes down.
Yeah, how's that working for you?
It's not working. It's not working out either. No, there's nah. Yeah, it's probably time for the next topic.
All right. Well, before we move on to more of the intro, last week I neglected to play. I want to apologize here to Los. I neglected to play his voicemail. We were so engrossed in whatever conversation we were talking about. Who knows what the hell that was? I can't remember. But I totally neglected to play his voicemail. So we're going to play it now, and then I think he's got another voicemail after that where he yells at me for not playing the voicemail I'm about to play.
Oh, I like it.
All right. So it's going to be the Los show here for a minute.
Perfect.
Yo, what is up? Yo, this is Los. Whew. Just went out for a little brisk walk. What's going on? How things going?
Sandals and socks.
What is new? What's shaking? What's good? All that stuff. Calling to rub it in that I went to a baseball game yesterday, and it was fun. It was good. They're doing, I think it's 20% capacity, and it was pretty, like, there's a lot of people. Like, it felt like a lot of people, but I think it's because, COVID makes anything, the pandemic makes everything seem like a lot of people. But it was good. There was no issue. There was one guy got kicked out because him and his girlfriend, they didn't want to wear a mask.
Scorekeeper,
so they got kicked out. They were told numerous times, and every inning, between the innings, people are telling you to put your mask on and everything. So yeah, that was fun. But here I am. Let me see how much time I got. Oh, I got time. I got plenty of time. So, it is
you got a whole hour.
My birthday coming up. Pimping myself out there. But I just wanted to bring it up because we're all gamers and all that. And I don't know if you guys may or may not have noticed, I have a problem with buying vinyl records. And I tried getting Mike in on my problem, and he didn't bite. He was very quick to shoot that plane down. And I also currently picking up my problem again for Legos. And I'm getting spoiled by the wife and my mother. They got me some pretty big sets for my birthday. So I'm asking you guys, what are your other hobbies that are not games? Like, do you have anything that other people don't know about?
Well, let me tell you.
I'm not looking for, seducing your wife or doing things like that. I'm looking for actual hobbies. So,
That's a full-time job.
I want to hear
Well,
crazy stuff like Matt collects little glass figurines and stuff like that, you know? So let me know. Let me know what you guys do, what you're into, and all that good stuff. And peace out. Have a good show.
All right, Lo. That's Lo's edition 1. What are those little... My grandmother had like those little like glass figurines. You know what I'm talking about? They had like...
Hummels?
Is that what they're called?
Well, I don't know. Hummels are like the little kid figurines that were different poses and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like they had like little colors in the glass, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like little...
No, that's something different there.
Okay, well, I'm not up on these little tchotchkes. Hummels. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, there's like some like little like glass figurines, you know what I mean? They would have like little, like towards the end, they would have like little accent notes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dustables. Goddamn Dustables.
Oh, my God. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Well, let's break the whole call down there. So you went to a game. I mean, I imagine 20% capacity at a Rays game has got to be like 20% capacity. It's got to be usual standard operating procedure.
I'm going to say it's like a regular game, probably, right?
Yeah. I'd like to see a game at the Trop, though. You know, that'd be nice.
Really?
Yeah, sure. I'd see the different parks. You know, one of the greatest memories of me, like at a baseball game, was going to see the Expos and Red Sox in Montreal at the old at that old stadium they had there.
Yeah, Exhibition Stadium.
It was so like, you know, old and like run down and weird. They had like one concession stand for like majority of the park, and you get these big fucking like Molson cups of like beer. You know, you didn't need like more than one concession stand because the thing would last you like, you know, half a game.
I would not want to go to Tropicana Field.
No, I'm not going out of the way for it, but if I'm there, you know, I mean, you know.
If I'm there, sure. If I'm there and Los is buying my ticket, I'll go. But besides that, it just seems like a bland, blah stadium.
But it's just like it's got so many intricacies and so many stupid shit up there in the catwalks that it's not true. I want to see how that all plays and looks live. They say it's a tremendous place to see a game. Like when I hear the Red Sox announcers, they talk about like just like watching a game. It's supposed to have great sight lines.
Oh, I'd imagine so. The damn place is a circle. It can't have like old Riverfront Stadium. You can't have a bad seat in the place.
So let's get into hobbies here. Shonuff, what's up? He says in chat, I used to run hobby-grade RC cars back in the day with my dad. If I ever fell off gaming, I'd probably get back into that. Matt, you know, you're a man with many different things going on. You're a scorekeeper aficionado. You used to go to this pipe club. That was probably a hobby. But
yeah,
if I had to guess what you might say as a hobby, is your cooking, your grilling. Would that be a... Now, you don't really collect anything with that, though, but that would be a hobby. No. You collect paraphernalia. You collect the grills.
Yeah, grills and the utensils that go with it. Sure. Yeah, but I would say cooking, grilling is definitely a hobby. Smoking. I don't know, riding my motorcycle. Is that considered a hobby? Something to do?
But how about collecting? Do you collect anything?
Reds gear, sports gear.
Yeah.
Reds gear, sports gear.
When was the last time you smoked a cigar? Is that frowned upon by your doctor?
Yeah, probably a year or so. It's probably the last time I had a cigar.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say last Sunday.
No, that used to be a Sunday thing, man. Remember? That used to be a Sunday thing, man.
So our T-shirts that are out there, Matt, do you want to give them the link to the merch? bit.ly/BFF merch if you wanted to buy a shirt. It's false advertisement. Your picture on there with the cigar. You don't even smoke cigars anymore.
It's probably been a year at least.
Now, would you say that you collected cigars, like different types, or were you always buying the same?
No, I always would go, get my usual, but then I'd get something different, something
spice
new,
it up,
something different. Yeah, change things around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. God, I remember. Yeah, no cheap cigar Sunday. Yeah, I haven't had. God, yeah, sit there with the grill, Reds game going with the drink.
Your
smoke a cigar. My mandals.
And jorts.
My jorts.
It's a hell of a day.
Tell you what, man. Times change.
Yeah. Still got the jorts and mandals, just no cigar.
Yeah, I got the jorts. Got the mandals. Yep, no cigars.
But otherwise, no real collecting hobbies, right? That we can think of.
Yeah, I mean, there's not.
Collect bills. That's what I'm good at.
And collect bills. Yeah, collect bills and pay them. But I mean, I used to back in the day. Well, I'm sure you do baseball cards. I was a huge baseball card back in the day. That type of stuff.
I dabbled back in that again, like in the early 2000s for a hot minute. And then I was like, what am I doing? I'm putting all these pieces of cardboard in a box and spending exorbitant amounts of money on them. Then you'd have to hunt down like the cards with the signatures. They didn't have that when we were kids, but then they had cards with signatures and memorabilia, like pieces of the base and fabric of the glove, fabric of the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baseball card collecting used to be a simple thing. Just go out and you buy the packs and open them up and see what you got. But then they start coming out with like special editions, and like I said, there's shit in the packs that you had to collect too, and all sorts. And it's like, okay, wait a minute now.
Yeah, all the variants and all the other shit.
Yeah.
And then you could oh my god, like so this was like the early 2000s. Like, oh my god, I got a Nomar card, a fantastic Nomar card. But then you like look it up and like you got like the most vanilla generic version of that card, and they have like 3 to 4 more versions, same exact pose, everything looks the same except it's got like a silver foil, gold foil, bronze foil on it. One with the kung fu grip.
Do you have any of your baseball cards still?
No, I sold them all.
They're all gone. You have none.
I was moving. This is a funny story. I was moving. I don't know if I was moving. I think I was just having a yard sale. Lynn wanted to. I think we were redoing the basement in the old house, and we needed to get rid of shit. So we had a yard sale. So I had all these cards out. The guy wanted them, and he was like, an old timer. Yeah, my wife doesn't know I'm here. She doesn't like me spending money on it. And we talked the price, and he says, no, I probably shouldn't. The wife would be, upset. Not even like 12 hours went by. I got a phone call or email the next morning from the guy. Yep, I'm coming by to get them all. He slept on it,
Yeah.
Couldn't pass it up.
I've still got some. I've still got some out in a container in the garage. I got some of my better kept ones that I wanted to keep still there. The rest I just threw in the garbage.
My uncle in 79, 80 worked like a convenience store. Like he was just like graduated high school and had like a summer job or whatever. And he used to work in a convenience store, and he used to get me every Sunday. We'd go to my grandmother's for dinner, the Italian dinner, and he'd come from the store and he'd have like just packs after packs of baseball cards for me. And so I take them home. Wow. I take them home, separate them all by team, the checklist and everything like that. I had some pretty good cards. I brought them over to my friend's house. One thing led to another. We went out somewhere. I left the cards over there. I got them back like a couple months later. All the old man took all my good cards.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I was like a little kid. I was little kid to the point that I knew like I was missing cards, but I was too young to like say anything. I just, got home defeated going, wow, like my friend and his dad went through my cards, took all the good ones and just left me with all the fucking shit cards.
Oh God.
Oh
no.
But I was like, what was I going to do? I was like, had to be like in somewhere between 2nd and 5th grade, somewhere in that vicinity.
Sure.
Because that kid stopped going to my school, so that's how I know. I stopped hanging around with him after he moved to a different school. But fuck, I got all my cards. Good cards got taken.
That would piss me off.
Maybe this is like a therapy here. Maybe this explains all my pent up anger and aggression.
It could be. It could be why you're down on everything all the time.
Did we just
cards were taken.
Did we just stumble upon something here?
You just broke the fourth wall or something.
Yeah. Let's see. Who says Hot Wheels? Show enough so used to collect Hot Wheels. I still have my Hot Wheels as a kid. Those didn't get taken. And my youngest son plays with them every now and then. He's got them. I still have them like in the those blue suitcases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the double trays in them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
God, I used to love Hot Wheels. Oh, Hot Wheels were so... Yeah, and then he had the inferior Matchbox cars. But Hot Wheels.
I probably had a mix of both, Matchbox and Hot Wheels.
Oh, I did too. But Hot Wheels were far superior.
I think we got a little bit back into Hot Wheels when we had our first kid. You know, I'd be in the store, you know, grocery store shopping as a family, the three of us, and he'd want something, you know, he would play with the cars, and then he got the cars. My mother was like, "Oh, you got all these cars, why don't you play with your dad's old cars?" And then he had a whole bunch of cars. And who knows who knows if those got moved with us or not.
Yeah, Hot Wheels, growing up in Legos. I was a huge Lego fan.
Yeah, Legos. We had all the Spaceman, 80s generic Spaceman sets.
Yeah.
You know, you could make all those like lunar landings and shit like that. All those, yeah.
Yeah, Lego was a shit, man. God.
You know, my hobby, I collect televisions, Matt.
You do? Yes, you do. You do collect televisions. Yeah.
So Los was talking about, you know, trying to get me into vinyl. I do like the vinyl, the look of it, all the gate folds and the colored vinyl. Every time I see it, I'm like, that would be a hell of a rabbit hole to go down. Len would kick my ass.
Vinyl's making a comeback, isn't it?
Yeah, vinyl's been popular for a number of years again, yeah. But I am thinking of getting the LG CX 48-inch television here for like a gaming monitor for my desk. You know, the top-end LG CX TVs. You know, so I can get like the 120 hertz and the HDMI 2.1 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't be going down the rabbit hole of vinyl when I'm about to drop $1,500 on a TV / monitor.
Well, I mean, there is that, but yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty sweet though.
Yeah, we'll see if it happens or not. We got this stimulus thing in the mail that years ago when we got our first mortgage at the last house. I guess we had to open up some sort of like savings account to get the mortgage, and so we put some sort of money in there, and it's just been, you know, accumulating for about 20 years. So we got a couple $2-3 grand in there that we didn't know.
Wow!
About. So
I
might. It's like my stimulus I didn't know about. So maybe I'll get the LG CX for my my little workstation here. We'll see.
There's no maybe, Mike. Just do it. You just do it.
The guilt factor. The guilt factor is
guilt. Why guilt for what?
I don't know. I could be using that money for something else.
Like what?
Fucking kid's car insurance that's about to come through because he's pestering our ass every fucking day to get his permit. You know, he just completely.
That's why you buy the fucking TV monitor thing now. That way, when you get out, you go, well, I'm paying for insurance now. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, so I can't buy it. No, you buy the fucking thing now, and then you know, down the road, you make your wife work a little bit more to pay for insurance and shit like that, and you'll be fine.
See that, folks? Problem solved. Shonut says he's probably going for the LG C1. I'm not sure what the C1 is. Is the C1 better than the CX, or I'll have to compare and contrast. Everybody keeps saying the CX is the one to get.
Never heard either.
So, yeah, hobbies for me, television, gaming headsets, controllers. I'm gonna have a nice show for you next week, controller-wise. I don't want to do half of it this week. I want to do it. I want to give you the full gusto next week.
Ooh, okay? A little teaser.
Just a tip.
Well,
Shonuff says that's the 2021 version. I'm going to have to look that up because I do.
See, Mike, you're outdated already. You're outdated already, Mike.
I want to be current. Is the C1 already out, readily available? Can I get it now? I need to strike while the iron's hot, as Matt says.
See, Mike needs now, not past. Now.
Let me take my tongue lashing here from Los. He's going to yell at me for not playing his voicemail.
Oh, this should be good.
Yo, it's me again. I'm leaving another voicemail. it doesn't count as being, a twofer, but it's not my fault because, I sent in a voicemail last week and somebody didn't play it. So whatever. I'm not hurt or anything, I'm just saying. But I wanted to say I hope Eric had a nice nice time with the camera up his butt.
Oh, maybe that's why he's not here.
That's right.
Something that
Maybe something went
Luke
sideways.
no problems found. That's
The loot cave paid off.
something that I'm particularly
That they found a little
I
gemstone in
guess
there.
versed in.
Oh no!
Sorry, I'm trying to pull the dog inside. Pain in the ass. So
No pun intended.
yeah, I know how it goes, and I know I can't wait to hear his views on how it went. Like I said, hopefully it went good, and we could all laugh about it. Because let me tell you, I'm agree with him that the prep is definitely the absolute worst of it, and I still cannot drink Gatorade like I could before because I mixed it in with Gatorade. So yeah, it's kind of like traumatizing for me now whenever I smell or taste Gatorade. It's not fun. But yeah, I hope everything's good. Hope you guys have a good show. I'll hang up now. I forgot what the last voicemail was about. So yeah, it was like it was collecting stuff or hobbies or something. I don't know. I hope Mike is picking up the Destiny 2 vinyl. And yeah, so peace out. Have a good show.
All right, thank you, Los. I totally forgot. Maybe that's why Eric's not here. Maybe something happened. Maybe he's
The loot cave paid off.
maybe he's feeling like it was too much, and he's still like under the sheets. Like
Yeah.
I've been poked and prodded in a way that I didn't ask for, so now I'm sitting here.
Maybe he's trying to reevaluate himself. Maybe he thought that felt good or something.
Maybe he's got leakage. Maybe he just needs to be clear.
Okay.
He's got to need to be. He can't dedicate himself to an hour and 45 minutes of podcast. He's got to be close to the toilet.
I mean, they make adult diapers for that type of thing. I mean, But I can understand not wanting to sit in your own poo also.
Sure enough, it's given me the more important details than poo. He's saying C1 has better motion, color, and dedicated gaming functionality. CX has better color contrast and a lower price.
There you go. See, Mike, you're not getting the best of the best. See what you did? See? Now you got to get to C1. See? Thanks, Kevin.
Fuck me. Well, this is a good...
It's time to start paying for the podcast.
This is a good segue, Matt. I can't remember if we have delved into the $70 video game discussion or not. As I've been listening to other shows
we
this
dabbled
week.
into it.
Yeah.
We dabbled into it way back.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about what we've been playing in just a few minutes, and Returnal is one of them. And that was a $70 game this week. Okay. In my quick crack research, gaming prices traditionally $59.99. AAA has been that price since about 2005. Okay, so we're going on about 16 years here.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything else in life has gone up in price pretty much over that time, right? I mean, Christ, you want to build a deck right now. The cost of lumber, the fertilizer. Now, those could all be temporary prices. Could go back to normal at some point. But you know what I'm trying to say. Everything in over 16 years is inflation.
Everything goes up.
Yeah. The interesting thing about that is that people don't want to pay. I mean, I'm not an advocate for paying more just for the sake of fucking paying more. I want to save money, too.
Sure.
But people, for some reason, are fixated on this $59.99. Like it can never cross that threshold. Anything above that threshold is exorbitant, is highway robbery, is unacceptable. But what I always found humorous is like, okay, you craft beer people buy $18.99 for four, can be anywhere from like what, $12.99 to $18.99 for like a 4-pack of some sort of, craft beer, right? And you drink that, how long does it take to drink one of those? Some people can drink it in 10 minutes, some people can milk it to an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What's the price of a movie? I know you don't go to the movies. What's the cost of going to a movie right now? If I had to guess around here, I would say it's somewhere between $14 and $16.
Holy shit! I was going to say around $10, $12, but wow.
All right, well, let's say $12. Okay, and average movies are what, $2? I mean, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you're paying $6 an hour, right? Simple math. Yeah. You extrapolate that out for a $60 video game, 60 hours of entertainment. Right, so if you said you had 60, I've said a video game was 60 hours, and we're saying the movie is $6 an hour entertainment. So it's So really, the game should cost you $360, and you're getting it for $60. A hell of a deal, right?
Seems like a bargain to me.
Right, but if you take the movie part out of it and say, all right, I have a $70 video game, and I think Returnal could be anywhere between 30 and 40 hours, depending on your skill level. Don't hold me to that. I haven't studied the internet reviews to see if it can be completed and sure. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's 30 hours. So if you did 70 divided into 30, was that like 2.33 or something along those lines? So you're paying $2.33 an hour of entertainment. Still seems like a hell of a deal. But when people don't think of it that way, though, they just said, no, there's no way I'm spending $70 on a video game. I've been paying $59.99. Why does it have to go up? Now, I'm not a proponent of prices just going up for the sake of going up. If I could be convinced, or sort of, someone could explain to me, well, that's going to help the devs, the people making the games, are getting some of that. The prices go up, so they share the revenue. But we know that's not the case, right? The prices are going up, but who's getting richer on it? The suits. Don't you think so? There's got to be some. There's got to be some publishers and devs that are doing right by their employees, without a doubt. But there's also, for everyone that does right, it's probably doing wrong, and it's just rich people getting richer.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of perplexed, like which side of the argument I should fall on here.
Well, I think game prices definitely need to go up. Just because we're paying $60 for a game now doesn't mean it's like everything else. Price goes up. Movie tickets. When I first started going to movies, it was $4 to get into a movie. Now it's 3 times that.
Yeah, and all the prices of food and everything. It's easily $100 bill. If I took my whole family of 5, if we all went, that's easily somewhere between $100 and $125 night out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Go to a ballpark, to a Reds game. Adds up very quickly.
I mean, we talked about it last week. You go to a Red Sox game. If I took, my wife, my oldest, and me, just say the 3 of us, the other 2 kids didn't want to go, we're still probably looking, somewhere between $200, $300 between the cost of tickets, the food. Someone wants a souvenir or merchandise or whatever.
Well,
then you're talking more.
Yeah.
And you can't put your arm around a memory, Matt.
No, you can't.
Once you've spent that money and the game is over and you've eaten the food, you've drank the beer. But you could spend $70 in the game and you can play it over and over again if you like.
Yep.
But I can't justify spending $70 on a game, though, right?
I think it's a shitty argument. I think it. I think you got to pay the price. I mean, it's long overdue. Okay. Cost of development goes up, and like you said, there's probably some suits getting a lot more money than the developers, people actually doing stuff. But the production of these games is at or not more than movie production, right? I mean, as far as the background into it and what's going on in some of these games and stuff, a lot of these games deserve that $70 price tag.
How much does that steak joint cost you to go to?
That's $400. That's $400 or $500 right there.
And that's over with what? You got to beat traffic, so that's probably over in 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah. My memory of that's the next morning when I'm on the shitter. It's like, oh yeah, that was a good steak. That was a $400 steak coming out.
So I think the part that makes it more glaring is when you have your competitor offering the Game Pass, and then the other side of the aisle's charging $70 for games. I mean, they're not the only ones though. The Call of Duties were $70. I even think if you didn't have Game Pass and you bought MLB The Show on Xbox, I think that was $70. There's definitely $70 games on Xbox. It's just the glaring thing is, okay, Returnal came out. It's a first-party game. It's $70. If Returnal was a first-party game on Xbox, it'd be free with Game Pass. Come with your subscription.
Well, I'm sure that's a glaring thing. I mean, that's the benefit of having Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Paying that $15 a month. So
I'm sure there's people listening that would say, no, I'll never pay $70 for a video game. And that's fine. It's your own money. I just think at the same time, I want you to be consistent in your life. Are you also the same person that wouldn't blink an eye to spend $200 or $300 to take your family to a sporting event? Or you say, there's no way I'm paying $70 for a video game. There's no way I'm taking my family anywhere. I'm staying in my house, and I'm keeping all my money. I'm not spending anything. Everything is outrageous. I can't justify anything.
That's ridiculous. I mean, in chat here, they're talking about $1,500, $2,500 fucking TVs. But are these same people bitching about $70 for a game? I mean, that's the thing, I'm not going to pay $10 more for a game, but I'll pay this for a monitor or for a TV or for something else.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's good to hear. I think if we had the Wayback Machine here, and we went to the 40cast, the Quicken days. Is that what you had, Quicken?
Quicken.
Yeah, you might have balked at $70 for a game. Or you think not?
Probably not. I mean, back in the day, Sega Genesis, the 10 games were $69.99. They were $70 games back in the fucking day.
Back in the day, this man over here was buying Uncharted 3 fucking cardboard collector's editions. Was that 3 or 4?
That was Uncharted 3.
3, yeah, that's what I thought.
Uncharted 3, that piece of cardboard box.
Shona says, I'd rather pay $70 for games I want than $15 a month for a bunch of games I either don't want or already played elsewhere. There's a lot to be said for that. It's like a gym membership, right? You pay that $15, they're hoping you forget about it, and they just keep cha-ching, cha-ching. They just keep rolling that over every month.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that. I got it for...
How much did Sea of Thieves cost us?
How many months I've been subscribed to Game Pass?
I mean, it just seems like of late we've been using it more with MLB The Show and Outriders.
MLB The Show, Outriders, Destiny, all the indie games.
But the what was the one you said before that?
What?
There was one game out, not before Outriders. There was one game you mentioned.
MLB The Show, Outriders.
Destiny. But Destiny wasn't they were just giving you the base game, right? If you want to buy any, or it's the expansions included with Game Pass.
No, Beyond Light was on. The latest expansion pack is on Game Pass.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. You decided not to get the refund because you got credit for the season pass.
Right, because I get to see it.
Coming back to me now.
Yeah. But I mean,
Los is in
I think
chat.
it's a great value. Hey, Los, we played your voicemails, both of them.
Los says, yes, I had the Uncharted 3 cardboard thing. Boo. He says, God of War on PS3 was another horrible one. Okay. Yeah. It's just, it's a great podcast topic because you could probably have a whole show on the economics of it. I saw this guy on Twitter today. He is the the head honcho. I think the name of his company is called No More Robots. And they put out a bunch of games. They put out that Descenders game. that downhill racing.
Downhill. Yeah.
And he was complaining about paying $70 for a game. He said there was no. Now this is a guy that puts out video games. He said there was no way in hell that he would spend $70 for a video game. No, I mean, and this is a guy who's got a stake in this, and he said there was no way he would pay. He says, I just remembered spending 50 quid on Odyssey when it came out, or the latest Assassin's Creed game came out for the Xbox Series X.
Valhalla?
Yeah, Valhalla. He said it was $50 he paid for that. Well, there must have been a sale, right? But he said, yeah, there's no way. He says he wants to play Returnal, but there's no way he'd pay $70 for it.
Well, he's a dumbass. I'm sorry. I don't care if he's. I don't care. I know he's more important than me and does shit, but he's a dumbass. I'm sorry. That's just stupid to say something like that. Did he not buy milk or bread when it goes up in price?
I don't know. We should get him on the show.
Get him on the show. I just. Yeah.
Trying to find the tweet here, what he said, so we can get some context, so the man can defend himself while he's not here.
Yeah, that's please.
Because right now,
I'm sure he's listening.
Right now, he's got a sore back because Matt just called him a dumbass.
Yeah. Call it like it is, man. Just like scorekeeping.
So I want to play Returnal so badly, but Christ Almighty, I cannot justify paying 70 quid for a video game. Doesn't help that I tend to think in dollars these days, and 70 quid is nearly $100. So quid is, I guess, an old-timey term for pounds or whatever in England. So 70 quid, I guess, is nearly $100. How can any studio ask $100 for a video game and keep a straight face? But we're not paying $100. We're paying 70. One of the elements that even makes it harder to swallow is that it was only months ago that $50 was the norm, or 50 quid was the norm. I bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla in November for my Series X for 50 quid at launch. 50 quid represents a 40% price hike over that. And everybody who's following up here is agreeing with him. So everybody, in other parts of the world too, we don't, here sometimes in the U.S. we think of it, it's just us and nowhere else exists. So it's $69.99 here, but the game, how much the game is in Australia? $124.99. But I mean, hey, that's when you think of it like that, like the price. So whatever. But I guess the question is, was it $114.99 before that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it just it a $10 hike? Is it a $10 hike across the board for everybody?
Yeah. I mean.
But imagine if you had to pay. Matt, would you pay $125.99 for a game?
Yeah, but you're in Australia, okay, where shit's probably more expensive anyway. It's like being in New York. Shit's more expensive, okay?
Or like being in Hawaii. Like Hawaii. Everything costs more there because they got to ship.
Right. Yeah. So that's your fault for living there, okay, for one thing.
That's what I was waiting. But
it's just...
Is Bibbs in chat? I'm curious how much the
prices.
Canadian prices for return.
But we don't understand because there's that dollar exchange rate, right? So it's $70 here, it's $130 there, but there's that exchange rate where it's
fuck. I remember the time when I toured England and the pound was worth more than the dollar, and that was like nowhere else I went on that tour where it's like my money was always like good, like I was getting better return. Fucking boom, we went right to England and everything was way more expensive. I was like, fuck, this sucks. Get me out of England. But I guess things have changed. The dollar is more. Is that still true?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think everything's based off the dollar.
Someone look it up. What's the conversion rate right now? Pound to dollar, dollar to pound. Who's got the upper hand? While Matt's looking that up, we'll segue over to what we've been playing We'll put the $70 argument to rest. I'm sure others listening want to weigh in, give us some feedback. Let us know on Discord, Twitter.
Shit goes up in price. Pay for it.
I don't want to, though. I'm wondering, I'm getting all this work done upstairs in the in-law kitchen, and it's supposed to kick off here in a few weeks. I wonder if my estimate's going to be revised because of all the wood.
Probably. Probably. So? I know people getting houses built. Their prices for the houses are going up $20,000-$30,000 because of lumber prices.
You think that's going to be the norm, or you think it's going to come back down?
I think it'll come back down eventually. I think it'll drop, but I don't think it's going to come back down. I think it's going to be, for a while, it's going to be expensive. The housing market right now is insane. Absolutely insane right now. If we didn't have Christopher in school, we'd sell like that, because housing prices around here are ridiculous. And
where are you going to live?
I'll find something.
Really?
Oh, fucking RV, dude. RV living.
At 45, you want to already go to the RV?
Sure. I'm 47. But sure. I only got about 15 years left. 12, 15 years left before I'm done.
With work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, not done, like dead done, but yeah, done with work.
You keep telling us all these stories.
Wow. No, housing market around here is insane. I would sell in an instant if we could. I would absolutely sell in an instant. I would. Oh my god!
Really, at this age, you're already looking to downsize at 47.
Hell yeah! The way shit, yeah, dude. Get rid of all this shit. Not have to deal with yard work and all that bull crap. Fuck yeah!
Is this you or is this Barb too? Because I think Barb likes the patio and everything.
This is me. This is me. Yeah, Barb has a different strategy.
Matt, take care of that, will you?
What's that?
Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I did some moderating. Look at that.
Let's see. Loth says, the extra room we were trying to build, they told us wood is crazy expensive and will boost the price, so we're just separating the space with IKEA shelves. There you go. Condo time. No, I don't want a condo. Fucking the condo fees and everything like that.
Condo fees and got to deal with fucking old condo neighbors. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Dealing.
Nope.
The politics of like nominating people to run the condo association and trusting that they're doing the right thing.
Hell no.
Let's get into what we've been playing, Matt. Have you been doing anything this week besides Knothole Baseball? I know you had many, many nights of Knothole Baseball.
Yeah. Oh, God. So much goddamn Knothole Baseball. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other podcast. MLB The Show. Been doing a lot of that with my Road to the Show characters. Plus my franchise and that going on there. Great game. Having lots of fun with it. It's just good, relaxing, fun game for me to play. I love it. I'm glad it's on Xbox.
Comfort food.
Yep. You're right. Yeah. And dabbled in a little more Borderlands. What else did we mess around with the other night?
Getting back to the baseball, have they done any major updates yet, or just hot fixes, or just server-side stuff? Some
hot fixes came out, but there's a major update supposed to be coming out, I think, pretty soon, as far as fixing some things with the Road to the Show, making Diamond Dynasty less of a thing for Road to the Show, that type of stuff. I think that's coming out soon, but they've done some hot fixes in the background. Roster updates, they're always doing roster updates. So which I think this is new. I don't know if they've done this before, but when I logged on today, there's a roster update. But also they said they're live adjusting players' attributes in real time. So, it used to be at the beginning of the season, just for example, Mike Trout, it's a 99 rated player. Well, throughout the season, he was always rated 99. But now, if he goes into a slump or something goes on, then that rating actually goes down. So he might be, instead of 99, might be a 96 or 95.
No, that affects every game mode, or just like online game modes. Like if you were playing like if I'm playing if I play Exhibition, is that just like? I feel like there's a difference between Exhibition and Exhibition Live. Is Exhibition just like what it was when you got the game, and then Exhibition Live might be like you said, 99 might go down to 96 if he's in a slump.
Yeah. So if you notice, sometimes when you start a game, it says rosters, current rosters, live rosters, or I think or load rosters or something like that. So I think if you use current roster, it just takes whatever's current on your system. If you use live, then it takes those adjusted numbers and uses those.
I wonder how often they update that shit. Like a guy who's like a 65 rating and goes on like a hot streak for a week and a half. I wonder, is it like a weekly thing, daily thing?
I don't know. I don't know. This is the first time I saw it today with the roster update, and I'm saying that.
I feel like the Exhibition Live is actually live. Like it's pulling the lineups from that day.
Yeah. If you're doing that, it's actually the day's games. Yeah. The lineups and everything. Sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I would say that's live there.
We're doing it live. Live, goddammit.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. But I'm enjoying it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. We did some home run derby again this past week.
Yeah, you gave me the secret ingredient. I didn't win, but you only beat me by one home run each time we played. You gave me the secret ingredient that I should not be. Who knew that in home run derby you should not be using your power swing to swing for the fences? You should be using the A button instead of the X button.
That's correct.
Who knew that?
Yep.
Here I was exerting myself for no reason, and they were just flying out of the ballpark with A instead of X.
Mike was wearing out his X button for no reason. Probably hitting it harder, too, to think, because you hit it harder, you probably thought they would make a difference, too.
I was like Jay, hitting that controller. Jamming that button.
The power swing is something. It does give it more power, but there's more chance for it to foul or pop out or strike out.
Yeah, that's why they always say, like, the batter, when he just, he's loose in his stance, and he's just making good, solid contact, more often than not, we'll get a nice home run or base hit. But if you're just like Pete Incaviglia and everything is fucking, swinging from the downs, more often than not, you're going to swing and miss.
Yeah. The only time I use the power button is if when I'm batting and there's a couple people on base, and I've got like a 3-1 count, something like that.
Hitter's count.
And then you use the power button because then it pays off. Because the game knows, type of thing.
It knows.
All right.
It knows, Matt.
It knows.
All right. So what was going on with Borderlands?
Just going through, doing some boss farming with that, and going through that latest DLC, Craig's Mind.
Oh yeah,
which is really
Take some gummies and do that.
Oh my god, dude, that's some messed up DLC, man. It's wild.
They make gummies legal in Ohio yet?
If you have a medical reason.
Talk to your doctor next time you're there.
Well, if it can do something for my blood pressure, then sure.
Yeah, calm you down, right? So
you know what?
If you had an edible or two, and then Bob came down and said, "Oh, by the way, Christopher and I are going to Disney. Here's the bill. We want first-class flights. We want to stay right in the park. We want, all the passes, skip-ahead passes, and everything like that." You're giving me this look like, yes, that's what you just paid for. And you had the edible. It might have been more, palatable when it was presented to you that way.
Probably. I need some edibles before I go to the fucking knothole games.
Yes. After the story you just explained about the clear, like, what do you give? Like, after a full day's work, if the other person said they're 33 and I'm 45, I'd be like, fuck, that sounds good to me. But unfortunately, I don't have a rewind button on my clicker, or do they? I don't know.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. I was like, this doesn't lie. The man throws a pitch, I click the button.
They were thinking maybe you had, like, some sort of you know, I don't know, medical condition over there. You're tappy like you're playing a video game.
Oh my god! No.
Is it one of those metal ones like you're at a concert?
Yeah. You know, clicker. Yeah, yes. It's got one side says home. Flip it over, and it says away. Get the home team away, and you click. You know,
the umpire should have one too.
The umpires have the ball and strike counter. They don't have a pitch counter.
All right.
They don't do pitch count. They just do the balls and strikes. Which was another thing. Because
while we're on that topic,
he kept asking me what the count was. You know, because I got to keep counting it. I was like, it's 2-1. Okay. What do you got for count? 3-2. He asked me again. I said, you know what? I said, you and that umpire out there should be communicating that back and forth. You shouldn't be asking me what the count is. You and him are supposed to be back and forth on the count. Okay? Because I could just say anything.
Edibles.
Because I could just say anything. I could say, well, that's supposed to be strike 3. What are you going to do then? You know? I said, you and him need to be communicating that. Not to me.
Christopher hearing all this?
He's on first base. No.
All right. Well, anything else besides Borderlands 3 and MLB?
Nah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
I've been playing some, anticipation of Returnal. I've been playing some Super Stardust HD, which of course was a Housemarque inspired game. I think they maybe made the first one, and someone else did the one on that was on the PS4. So I'm playing the PS4 version on the PS5. That's just, good comfort food. I always preferred the version that was on the Vita more than that version that was on the PS4. But, making progress. I didn't carry my save over from before. I just started fresh and, just breaking up the planets, trying to go through them as many as I can. Arcade mode. They even released a VR update for that game. I don't know if I have to ask Eric. Maybe if Shonuff's still in chat, maybe he's played
see if Jeremy's done it.
Yeah, they have a VR mode for Super Stardust. So just kind of on my lunch break, after I've had lunch, and the kids are all in school now except for my middle one, so I don't have so many lunchtime responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't been nice enough weather yet for me to get in my egg chair on the porch. We haven't I haven't got my porch time in yet, but so I've just been coming back down here and playing a little Stardust on lunch. And Outriders, finished that.
Yeah.
Decent ending. A decent story. And typical fucking bullshit. The audio was all out of sync at the end. Jay mentioned he had some audio issues at the end too, but it was like, it was watching like a kung fu flick. You know what I mean? They were just like, the words, it was just all out of sync. And I didn't have the subtitles on because I don't do subtitles generally. So It was just disappointing to put all that work into it and the payoff, and then everything was out of sync.
Now, that game had a big update come out this past week, right?
It did. On Reddit, I see a lot of people on PC are very unhappy with it. They say the game is broken on PC now. I'm not experiencing that on the console. What I am experiencing is I'm trying to do these goddamn expeditions, and so far I've only been able to do 2 out of 10 attempts. Now, I was looking at someone on Reddit the other day. They said they've done 180 plus expeditions and blah, blah, blah. He was giving all these stats, and he says, every time I play with a casual player, they don't understand, how to do gear sets and all this thing. And I guess that's me, Matt. While this whole background behind me and all these headsets and consoles, I'm not a casual enthusiast of video games, but apparently I am a casual player of the game because I just can't beat these expeditions on solo. The gear I have, I get right to the end. You know what I mean? There's kind of like 5 stages to expeditions. They're essentially horde mode type deals, right? So you go through waves of enemies. Sometimes they're creatures, sometimes they're humans, and then generally at the end there's a boss battle. So I work my way up all the way to the boss battle, and you get the main boss guy freezes you. and then all the lower level bosses that are there too shoot you with like fire or electricity. So just picture being frozen, and someone shoots you with electricity, and then boom, you're dead. And there's no like checkpoints or anything. You die. You got to start it all the way back at the very beginning.
Oh, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
No. So I've only been able to do 2 so far. So I was on Reddit and I was looking at Devastator builds, and someone said, "Yeah, this is like a tank build here for end game," and I did it, and I fucking couldn't even get past the second wave, and I was getting to the 5th wave with my regular build. And unfortunately, Outriders does not have a multiple builds yet. So once you respec your character, you've lost your previous spec.
That's it.
That's it. So now I am very weak. So I need to go back and try to either look up a different build or try to remember what I had before.
Oh no.
So yeah, my time with this game could be over if I can't get back to how I was before. We'll see.
Uh-oh.
And let's see. Maniac says, "And only 3 chances to revive, and you fail that mission." Well, I didn't find a revive. You have 3 chances to start again. Like the revive doesn't take you back where you died. You get 3 chances to revive and start you over again. And then yes, if you don't, then you will fail. Hopefully Jay says, "No, revive and put you back where you..." Anytime I used like the continue, it brought me at the very beginning of the expedition. Other than that, Returnal, Matt.
Let's hear about this.
I only have an hour into it. I was so tired Friday. I worked till 7:15 on Friday night. I did all weekend of yard work. I was too tired last night. I wanted to start this game with somewhat fresh. So I took a shower after doing some yard work today, and I had dinner, and then I came down and played the first hour or so. It's a beautiful looking game. It's got some very interesting environmental stuff going on. You're in this planet, and let's just say there's these vines that you walk by, and the very first time you walk by them, you don't know that these vines can grab you and suck you up. And so, I got the 3D audio on, I got the dual sense, and you just immediately, something about the way they present the audio and the feeling on the controller, you immediately feel yourself bucking away from the direction of that it's coming at you. It's, it felt very intuitive and natural. You could feel coming across you, right to left. Some really nice touches there with the audio. I got the Pulse headset. But I'm early on, the range feels really cool. You can feel it in the controller, and you hear it. So the haptics, a lot of guns, you can just go halfway down for just your regular shooting, and you hold it all the way down for a special type shot. Neat little touch there. But I have no idea what I'm doing except, dying a lot. And, that's the whole nature of the game is, and what was kind of cool is you find yourself along the way. So, let's say you're going out on an expedition or whatever, the next run. And every time it's different. It's not the same. The world doesn't look the same each time. And so every once in a while, you'll find yourself dead on the ground, and you got some sort of audio log that says, "Hey, next time you find me, this is what's going on here." They leave you little messages from the past.
So when you die, you start over, right? You start the game over, but not the same spot?
Well, you always start at your ship, but once you leave your ship and you go through the first gate, everything is different.
Okay. All right, so it changes every time, but you still gotta go. But you're still starting at the beginning in a sense. Yeah. But your shit though carries over.
Some of it, not all of it. Some things will carry over, like the gun. So you always start with your sidearm, and there's other guns that you can find, but you're not going to always have that gun. You always have your sidearm, but then you go out and you explore, and then you find another gun.
What about skills or something? Do you get skills that you learn that carries over from?
I'm only about an hour. I'm only about an hour in, but there was something I can't remember what it is now because it's not in front of me. There was there was something I unlocked to like either my health or skill or something that said this is a permanent unlock and this is now attributed to your character going forward. And I don't think those, like the audio logs you find, you always keep those and you can go back and listen to them. But not everything. Only the permanent things that you find, permanent unlocks, stay with you. Otherwise, everything else is just specific to that one run you're on.
Okay. It looks like an interesting, fun game for sure. It's almost got like a Dark Souls feel to it.
For sure. And, you know, this is a game, you know, I'll be frank, I bought it because I think it's a work of art. Like, I'm a big fan of Bloodborne, but I suck at Bloodborne. You know what I mean? I can't get by that first area half the time. But I just think it's a work of art. It's an unbelievable game. I feel the same way with this. Like, I had no problem dropping the money on it because I want to experience it, and I'll play it as much to the best of my abilities. But if I'm honest with you, I think at some point it's just going to get too difficult and I'm going to have to say peace out. But I wanted to experience this is supposed to be the best PS5 game for the 3D audio and the haptic feedback, and I just wanted to experience that. And I've also been a big fan of Housemarque games in the past, even though they've been more arcade games like Resogun and Nex Machina and Alien Nation and Dead Nation, Super Stardust.
So when you say the game gets hard, as you progress in your one life, it gets harder, obviously, I suppose, right? But when you die, does it get harder then too when you die and start over, or is it a progression again in that life?
Yeah, I don't think just because you die it gets harder. I think it gets harder as you progress more in that run.
I got you.
I've only encountered one big boss so far, and I think everybody is supposed to die there because I think that's how it's like almost like a tutorial. They drop you into this pit, and there's this big, huge boss there, and then you die, and it's the first time you go back to your ship, and they show you like the inner workings of your ship. So I don't think you can actually beat that boss.
No. No spoilers there, but yes, that because Goth, he's loving the game. He's playing it right now. Same thing happened to him, where he got killed in that first boss and then the Returnal came up on the screen. Yeah. He's like, okay, well, I don't think we're supposed to beat that person.
How's he doing? Is he making good progress with it?
Yeah, he's loving it. He's liking it. He thinks it's he thinks it's a beautiful game. Thinks it's a work of art. Loving it. Yeah, he's
almost like a bullet hell, third-person bullet hell game. Like the way these enemies, like they shoot at you, is kind of like one of those like shmup bullet hell type games. Like it goes off like the horizon. All the bullets, and you either got to jump over them or try to fit in between the bullets.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't progressed far enough to give an impression beyond that. But right now, ease of play, the controls, everything like that feel great. The ambiance, the look, the aesthetics, top notch. The audio, like I said, I immediately heard something in my ears, and I, just like if you were out in the woods, right, and you heard something to your right, and you kind of move over to your left real quick. It's like one of those type of deals.
I see. That's next gen shit.
Yeah.
That's next gen shit right there. That is cool.
Yeah. So, I'll give it my best try, but we are bad fodder figures, first to be last. So my mileage will probably vary on this to a certain extent, but I'm digging it. I really don't know where I'm supposed to go. That's the only thing that's kind of throwing me off. There is a little red dot type thing that sort of guides you through, but there's all these different doors and keys that you can get. We'll have more next week. Eric will be back next week. He'll be talking about it too.
Yeah, he played it.
Hopefully Eric will be here talking about Resident Evil The Village demo as well. I did not get a chance to play that. Jeez, it's already an hour and a half now. We haven't even done the news.
Shit, dude.
Thank God there's not that many news stories. Let me take a break and get a drink, and then we will fire up the news here, okay?
Really?
Okay, do you hear what he just said? Do you hear what he just said? Why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm gonna do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right, for those in chat and Matt, there are a bunch of games coming out in May. Let's see what everybody's interest level is at. Resident Evil 8 Village coming out on the 7th in just, 5 days? Hood, Outlaws, and Legends on the 10th. Mass Effect Legendary Edition on the 14th. Subnautica Below Zero on the 14th. Days Gone on PC on the 18th. Miitopia on the 21st. Biomutant on the 25th. And SMT III Nocturne HD on the 25th. I'm not sure what that is. Any of those, Matt, pique your interest?
Resident Evil.
Yeah? Resident Evil 8 Village, yeah? You might take a look at that?
Yes, I think so. Yep, that and Days Gone.
On PC?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You might play that on your lappy?
I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely my desktop be able to, but...
What about Mass Effect Legendary Edition?
You know what? I did Mass Effect the first time through, all three. I think I'm good there. I don't know if I want to go through that whole thing again, because that was a lot of time spent playing that. And I'm not sure if I want to go through that again or not.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it the first time. That was it.
Shownuff says Resident Evil 8. Lucky Phantasm says Mass Effect for him. You know, I got to be the one that goes to Biomutant. And that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't play it, but we saw it at PAX a year or two ago, and there's been some previews and videos along the way this year. I want to check that out on the 25th. I know Retro Rents Al is interested in Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. I don't know enough about that. I think that's more of a multiplayer, maybe some PvE in it as well. But I think predominantly that's a PvP game, possibly. Resident Evil, that's another one where I like to watch people. You know, their works of art, all the different ways they can scare you, and the jump scares, and the storytelling, and just the overall gruesome horror of it. But yeah, I would buy that and I'd play it on easy if they had an easy mode, just to get through it. I'm sure Eric's going to be all over a bunch of these, but I'm sure Resident Evil for sure.
Yeah.
Maniac says, I'm with Mike. Biomutant. Yep. I wish Biomutant was coming out with a PS5, Xbox Series X version right away, but they're not. That'll come later at some point, possibly.
I gotta look that up. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I gotta let me pull this up over here on the Firefox.
I gotta look this one up here.
Switch over.
Is this a PlayStation only game?
No. It's coming to I think, PC and PS4 and Xbox Series X. Shonuff says, I was into Biomutant, but I don't like that they're hiding classes behind a premium paywall. We'll have to look into that. The game looks interesting.
Looks good.
Extent.
Looks good.
I'm not sure how long of a game it is. It might hit at the right time. By the time I get done beating my head against the wall with Returnal and Outriders, might be looking to jump into something.
So it's got a little platformer type of.
Yeah, I think there's some platforming, combat. I think it borrows from a bunch of genres.
It does.
It looks really good.
It does, yeah. Interesting.
I just hope the characters don't look too small for the environments. That's one thing I'm looking at, like, as I'm watching this. Like, the characters do seem a little small compared to some of these worlds are very big.
Looks gorgeous there. Holy cow.
Yeah.
They're
not showing
Is this a single-player game? Multiplayer? What?
I believe it's a single-player experience, yeah.
Okay. Wow. When's this? The 25th? I might be checking this out.
Yeah. I think it's a neat little game. We'll have to dig into more what Show Nuff said.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Let's move on here to some other news. Halo Infinite will support cross-play and cross-progression on Xbox and PC. How do you feel about that, Matt?
I like the crossplay part. Yeah.
So Microsoft announced that Halo Infinite will support cross-play and cross-progression when it launches later this year. This will allow PC and Xbox players to match together and play the Halo Infinite campaign, and the support also extends to multiplayer. Any multiplayer customization and progress will sync across both PC and Xbox. Now, you know the multiplayer for Halo Infinite is free. It's free to play. Now, we are Game Pass Ultimate people anyway, so it's going to be included with our subscription. But for people that are not in Game Pass, you're going to be able to play the multiplayer modes free, and you don't need Xbox Live for that either, with their whole taking that sort of paywall down for free-to-play games. Cool. When it launches later this year, it will support up to 120 frames per second in the arena mode on Xbox Series X. Microsoft is also ensuring all the customizations PC players expect are available inside Halo Infinite. This includes support for ultra-wide monitors, triple key binds, advanced graphic options, and other customizations.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Kings, what's going on, man? Eric says, are we still on? If you want to reply back to him, Matt. Maybe Eric will pop on. Looks like he's maybe around.
The work here.
Moving on, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order to get an Xbox Series X PS5 update. Respawn Entertainment tweeted out or made a post that the next-gen upgrade will be kicking off sometime this summer, as confirmed by an official StarWars.com blog post. While an exact date hasn't been given at this time, the free PS4 to PS5 and Xbox One to Xbox Series XS upgrade will deliver a number of technical improvements to a new generation of gaming consoles. This cross-generational update will be completely free for those who already own the game. This is an additional upgrade from the one back in January that boosted the frame rates to 60 frames per second and enhanced resolution on all platforms. So I haven't dived into this one, Matt. I know you're not a big Star Wars guy, but it's included with our Game Pass. Have you thought about playing this at all?
I need to, probably. I probably need to, since it's included, and it's, yeah, I probably need to check it out, to be honest with you.
Let's see if we can get through. Go ahead.
Especially with the update coming out, it's probably, something I need to look into.
Yeah, now I'm trying to weigh the options. Do I play it? And I've been meaning to play it, and now if this other thing is coming later this summer, maybe I'll just hold off and play it once they put the update out.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
For you people on the Switch and Xbox that are into Fall Guys, got some bad news. Fall Guys has been delayed on Switch and the Xbox. Developer Miitopia has delayed the release of Fall Guys for Xbox and Switch, saying it needs more time to incorporate everything it wants to include for launch. But on the positive side, crossplay is on the way. There's no suggestion of when Fall Guys might finally arrive on Xbox and Switch following a delay, although Miitopia says it's aiming to launch on these platforms as quickly as possible. But the developer has attempted to soften the blow by revealing one of the new features it currently has in development, which is crossplay. The decision to incorporate crossplay into Fall Guys, enabling players to stumble in harmony with their pals regardless of platform of choice. So it sounds like it's going to be worth the wait. Then everybody will be miserable coming in last place together.
I can't believe Fall Guys is still a thing.
It is. It's doing well.
Good.
And Matt, if you remember I could still remember when they launched this game. And by the way, it's out today. Apex Legends. Remember that? Remember no one really knew there was something going on. A couple of the Dr. Disrespect and Shroud and people like that got flown into LA to play this secret game, and they were doing the reveal, and they were like, "Oh, by the way," and now it's out today, and they're already on season 9. It's coming out May 4th.
Wow.
The reason I called this out is they're going to have a new character, Valkyrie, which is the daughter of Viper, the famed Titan pilot from Titanfall 2. So this character, Titanfall 2 is having a big resurgence right now on PC. I think partly because of this tie-in to Apex Legends. So I wanted to call that out. But also they're coming out with a new mode, an arena mode. It's a 3-versus-3 mode. Players compete against each other on a close quarters map. Each round is decided by eliminating the enemy team, with the final victory decided by winning at least 3 rounds and gaining a margin of victory of at least 2 rounds. Sudden death decides the final winner on the 9th round when both teams are deadlocked at 4 wins each. That means that each game has a minimum of 3 rounds and a maximum of 9. Maps in the arena mode are small, but like Battle Royale, the ring closes at regular intervals and constricts the battlefield. Supply boxes are scattered around the map containing recovery items and supplies. Combat takes place in a rotation of locales, including the new Party Crusher and Phase Runner maps developed specifically for this mode. We might have to try that out. 3-versus-3.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played Apex.
And speaking of 3-versus-3, we got our third right here. There he is. We're ready to.
Must be done. Watering.
You guys hear me?
We hear you loud and clear.
Good.
We were just talking about Apex Legends Season 9 coming out on the 4th. And they're coming out with this new mode, arena mode, 3-versus-3. And look at that. There's 3 of us. So who in chat is going to take us on? What other 3 people are going to step up and take on bad fodder figures?
Ain't no one's going to take us on, man. Come on.
Come on now.
Come on, son.
Pumpkin King says, I lost internet as soon as I joined the stream. WTF.
That's bad fodder figures for you.
There you go.
That's bad fodder figures. Sorry, dude.
Welcome to the show. Eric, we've been running long, Eric. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
No complaints over here, bro.
We were speculating, either shit went down to JOB or the rummaging the loot cave went sideways and you got some leakage going on, or there was or there was a little romance happening. No.
I had some terrible stuff happen, not to me, but we had an officer die. But
shit! Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but
so you can't bring the seriousness to the show like that.
I'm just telling you what happened. What I'm saying.
We were just telling that we were saying at the top of the show, Eric, that we do a terrible job of we never mention hey, welcome to the show. For those new, we're bad fodder figures, and this is what we do.
Yeah,
and we just came to this. We came to this conclusion that we are 90 minutes of one big sexual innuendo and a cornucopia of nonsense.
Well, you know what? That's what makes it all good to me, because life is jacked up, so you got to have a lot of nonsense. It's that's what balances it out for me. So it's all good.
Well, perfect timing. We just finished all the news, so we just want to hear from you, and then we're going to wrap this up. So, everything thumbs up on the exploring the loot cave. Everything copacetic.
I mean, yeah, man, that was an experience. But you know what? The worst part, I'm going to tell you, the worst part is the prep.
Right. Los voicemail just said that.
Absolute worst part is the prep. But when you get in there, it's lickety split. Boom.
When you get in there, that's right. Yeah, when you get in there, it's lickety split when you get in there.
Because you're 1 minute you're knocked out, and the next minute you're awake.
Man, they give you the white needle. Boom. And then they rummage around and do what they do. Then they come out,
You feel a little loose when you use it. I was like, "Ooh, man!"
Yeah, man, I felt great coming out of there, man. It was good.
You got some graham crackers and ginger ale, and when you're waking up,
I had some ginger ale. As a matter of fact, I did have some ginger ale.
I told you when I've had the endoscopy, they give you the ginger ale, and I'm like, "Where's my graham crackers? I know you guys got graham crackers. Don't be holding on to me. Where the fuck's my graham crackers?"
But it was cool though, man. It was cool. I'm glad I got it done, and everything was good. They say, yeah.
There you go. So, well, we want to hear all about what you've been playing this week. We just talked about Returnal, and did you get it? First of all, did you get a chance to play Resident Evil?
I did.
I
played because there's two parts of the demo. There's the castle part or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And the village part. I played the village part because I had played the other part before. So I played the village part, and it's graphics are off the hook. That's goes without a doubt.
And where were you playing this on?
The PlayStation.
PlayStation, okay.
Because I saw that they had it for Stadia too, but I didn't even pick it up for Stadia. But I played on PlayStation, and I went through the whole thing. I think they give you 30 minutes or an hour or something like that to play through it. And I went through it. It wasn't like scary, but it's a lot going on, and I can't wait to figure out the town is something's going on with the town, and the people are there's only a few people left, but they're turning into these monsters, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're getting bit. I don't know what the thing is. They just give you a taste, and it's I'm interested. I can't wait. And the guy's Ethan from Resident Evil 7. His daughter, I guess, was taken to the village.
Right.
And he has to go in there and find his daughter, and it's I'm excited about it. I can't wait.
Now, this is a real world situation, Eric. And God forbid your daughter was taken to the village. What would be going on here? What is the weapon of choice that you would be looking for in Resident Evil for you to pick up right away?
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to say it online, if somebody took my daughter, I'm going to go to work, right?
No, you got to go to Resident Evil Village.
Oh, I'm going to go to work first because I got to load up.
All right. You only can take two weapons in a bulletproof vest. What do you got? You got two weapons.
I'm going to take the M6 and I'm going to take a shotgun.
Okay.
All right. That's just right off the break. That's what's going.
Yep.
And we're going to go, and I'm going to have all kinds of ammo, and we're going to get it done, bro. We'll get it done.
I mean, why
I'm going to get my daughter back.
Why isn't anybody making a video game? I mean, see, this show should be, fuck Joe Rogan and his podcast. Why isn't this taking off?
They should have me as a character, glove box going to his job.
The JOB, the JOB DLC.
Get the M6 and the shotty, and going to the village, bro. That's just the end of it.
I get the whole premise of this game right now.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the game, Eric's laying on the table, getting his colonoscopy done. Okay. And he wakes up from having a colonoscopy done.
And they tell me my daughter's gone.
And they say, Eric, someone took your daughter.
But really,
I get up. Your
sugar's clean.
I wipe my ass, and then I go to the job.
But you know how
is that not the game beginning?
Have you got this one game? I can't remember. Like you played this game and actually realized the whole time you were playing inside of a monster's asshole.
What game is that?
It was like Borderlands or something. Like the whole time you were like in some sort of like whale's body or something like that. So he's going to go into this colonoscopy, but he's going to wake up, but he's actually going to be rummaging around in his own asshole. That's where Resident Evil Village takes place.
Yeah. A lot of rummaging. Yeah. But it was a cool game, man. I can't wait till the full game comes out. I think it comes out when? Next week or something like that?
Yeah, we were just talking May 7th.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in, bro. Yeah, man.
Hey, we were talking about what we've been playing in Super Stardust. Did you play that in VR yet?
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
Oh, yeah. It's cool. But it's not like groundbreaking. It doesn't look like a Super Stardust. It's two different ones. There's Super Stardust and there's another one where you play on the planet. That one's in VR.
Right, so I've been playing Super Stardust HD, the PS4. I've been playing on my PS5, but the PS4 version. And then when you go into the menu, there's a VR option, like a mode.
Yeah, when it goes into VR, I think it goes down to the planet, and you can get that perspective, and it's cool. It's a little it'll probably make you vomit. Yeah, it'll probably make you vomit, but
oh god,
it's cool. A lot going on that game. Just like Returnal. I know y'all already talked about Returnal.
So I'm only an hour in, and what I was telling Matt, like the ambiance, aesthetics, the 3D audio, the DualSense,
the raindrops on you.
Like, how about like when you like that the first time you encounter like those vines that can like suck you in,
jump you up, you got to dash and get out of them.
You hear that like 3D audio come, and rumble on the controller, just like you immediately knew like to like scoot over to your left.
That game is because you die a lot.
Yeah, well, that's the premise. Yeah,
and when you come back, you're supposed to be stronger and all that stuff, and it's cool so far.
Now, how far along would you say you are in it?
I'm probably about maybe an hour and a half, something like that. In it.
That's the same with me. I've gotten the other gun. You go into like that temple with like some sort. I don't know if it's a casket or what it is in the middle,
and it has all those different
people, things, statues or whatever. Yeah,
that's cool. It's a good game.
We were having a debate about the. Hey, Scoba with the gifts. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Scoba.
We were talking about a $70 price tag for games and how this was a $70 game. I feel the value of this is $70 worth. The whole package and presentation feels silky smooth. Third person. The lighting is fantastic.
I sometimes wonder, could it be done on the PS4 though?
Well, visually it probably could have been maybe on the PS4, but not with all the DualSense and the haptics, obviously.
Yeah.
And the 3D audio.
Yeah.
Scoba, thanks for the gifts. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, we'll have the show up tomorrow morning at 9.
But it's definitely worth the $70, I think.
Yes, sir.
Think so. But yeah, other than that, man.
So you're about an hour and a half in. Have you gotten to any of the bosses yet, besides the first boss where they drop you in the pit? We've talked about that was a bit like the tutorial. Everybody dies there, and you get booted back to the ship.
Right.
The title screen. Have you got to a boss again after that?
I think I have. I think I got to this one big.
In the first biome area, you got into that boss?
Yeah.
And how challenging was that?
It was very challenging because he shoots all kinds of stuff and then he comes like back. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was challenging.
We were having a conversation about like what you keep, and so there's some permanent unlocks, but you don't keep the gun. Like when you found that gun, the next time you start up, you don't have it again. You just have your sidearm.
But can't you go back to that spot?
Well, you don't know where that spot is because the world keeps changing.
Well, I found that box again. I don't know where it was, but I found that box again, and I got that gun again. I don't. It's a gun that I have. It's a shotgun. I don't like that one because the range is not. I like the handgun. Actually, with the tracer bullets on it. That's a cool weapon. I
have some gun now with that first gun that you can pick up with the ricochet.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to. There's some like places that you go to that has like vines and stuff, and you can't. How do you burn those down so you can get into those? Have you figured that out?
I saw on a playthrough that you're going to get this sword. I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay, and
so I think you have to. I think you have to come back. You talking when they glow kind of reddish?
Yeah.
I think you got to get that sword. I think, or laser, whatever it is.
Well, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to read you guys' gameplay about some of those vines.
You already played it, Matt?
No, I've watched. I've been watching a guy play it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say anything.
And there's also I'm at this point now where I can look up and I see this like orange like.
That's for the grappling hook.
Okay, I don't have that yet. Hook. There's a purple chest up there.
Yeah.
And not all these chests are good for you. Some of these chests can do shit to you, like
they do damage to you, and it has that red status on the screen.
You got to do something.
You got to go back to
away.
You got to go back to your ship.
Well, some of them said like collect artifact one of like
Yeah,
you got to find the artifact to make it go away.
I usually you can teleport. I teleport back to my ship.
I haven't got that far yet where I can teleport yet.
I teleport back to my ship and take a nap or whatever. Get in the bed, and then she comes
Sounds
out.
good right about now.
She's good to go. She's good to go when she comes back out.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped, man. I mean, there was also the state of play this week with Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. Yo, man, I watched that whole thing, and that's basically what it was all about. Was Ratchet and Clank? It wasn't about anything else.
Well, yeah, I mean, they showed at the beginning. They showed you the Subnautica Below Zero and Among Us coming to
keep that
to PS4 and PS5. But Ratchet and Clank looked dope, didn't it?
Oh man, I'm so ready for that.
June 11th. You going to pre-order to get $70? Get all those skins.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah.
$70. It's gonna be $70 regardless,
Right.
So, yeah, I'm down, man.
Rivet. What do you think of the character's name? The chick.
Cool. Looks very cool, and you get the controller too, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know what special power she has, but it looked pretty cool. And I don't know how much of the game you get the controller, but that'll be cool if they let you do it like half of the game her and then half of the game Ratchet.
Yeah,
Cool.
So it seemed like anytime you went into a Rift, you played as her, or not all the time?
I don't think all the time, but
seamless.
Cool,
it's like it's not just like a little place that it drops you into when you go into the Rift.
That's a whole world,
a whole new world. Like boom,
yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome. I'm ready, bro. And let me see. So the next game comes out is Resident Evil, right?
Right. So let me tell you the games. I want you to let me know what you're pumped for May for. Right. We got Resident Evil on the 7th.
Oh man, there.
Hood, Outlaws, and Legends on the 10th. Mass Effect Legendary Edition on the 14th.
Nah.
Subnautica Below Zero on the 14th.
Nah.
Days Gone on the PC on the 18th. Miitopia on the 21st. And then we played the trailer for this, or the preview for this, Biomutant on the 25th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Biomutant, right?
Yeah. And so that'll close out May. So it's just Resident Evil and Biomutant.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if Shown Up is still in chat. He was playing that new Bullet Hell shmup that came out. I saw it on his Twitter feed. Post Friday work, going out picking up his goodies at the store. Was it
Which
not Returnal, because that's Returnal. There was something. I can't remember what it is now. I just looked it up a little bit before we podcasted. Fuck.
It's on Steam or
No, it's definitely on PS4. I'm not sure if he's still around.
Is it new?
It's new. It just came out this week. If you're into your bullet hells and shmups, R-Type.
Oh yeah, R-Type. That's an old school game.
Yeah, but I'm not. Is it like a new take on it? Is it like a remaster or a reimagining, or is it a new version of it?
I don't know. I'm looking for it on the screen. I don't see anything.
Well, you don't own it yet. You got to buy it.
I'm looking so I can buy it. I'm trying to figure out where it's at.
Oh. Yeah, I was just curious how good would.
I used to play R-Type back in the day.
Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down if it's good or bad.
Here it is. R-Type Dimensions?
No.
R-Type Dimensions. Or, no, R-Type Final Deluxe. It looks pretty cool.
What are they charging for that? He says it's a sequel.
They charge $59.99 for the.
He gives it a thumbs up.
It's going on the screen right now.
Look at that. Live action.
Look at all that. I mean, what
you look at that?
Is giving you this shit? 8K.
Yeah, exactly.
8K.
How come we're not making money?
I don't know.
Don't know. Final 2. He says R-Type Final 2 is the game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been going for 2 hours, Eric. I know you just jumped in.
Maybe that's cool. I'm glad I could jump in.
Yeah, I'm glad you could too, man. Thanks for coming in. Jesus Christ.
Sorry about your coworker there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you've just been bringing the bad news of late. A couple weeks back, you told
I'm sorry.
a guy you committed suicide, and now you got this coworker. You're on the front lines.
It's rough out here, bro.
Well, we appreciate you. Appreciate all your service, Eric. Well,
I appreciate y'all, man, for making me laugh, man.
Well, let's wrap this up, Matt. I know you got to get to bed, and you got a hard day's work tomorrow. Any shout-outs or plugs there, Matthew?
Everybody in chat, thanks for showing up tonight. Kevin, Lucky, Pumpkin Kings, and Maniac, and Chase, and everybody who was in there. So thanks, everybody, for showing up for chat. It was lots of fun.
And don't forget Iron Hill.
Iron Hell. Scuba with the gift.
Yes, sir.
And Eric, I'm glad you showed up for at least 5-10 minutes here. That was awesome.
Man.
Good. It's always good talking to you. It's even better actually seeing you in person.
That's
so. Yeah. So
Eric,
that is cool as hell.
Eric, you're going to have to listen to the show tomorrow because
absolutely, I always do.
Scorekeeper 69 had some incidents. Let's just say some episodes at the Not Whole baseball game that you want to listen to.
Oh no, I'm going to definitely listen in for that.
Yes.
He didn't get kicked out, did he? That's all I want to know.
No. But the accusations were made. Numbers were not correct.
Oh, man. Man. They checking his integrity. Oh, no, Matt. Not Matthew.
He got bullied.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
that's going to be a good time.
And because he was the visiting team, the other team, the home team, had the final say, so he couldn't even get his comeuppance.
Nope.
That's all right, though.
Nope.
Scorekeeper 69 going to have the last word.
Scorekeeper 69 is going to get them back when it's the home game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's going to have the final say.
Those bases are going to be a little slick.
It's all up here. It's all up here. I know. My clicker in my brain was not wrong.
Put it in the Rolodex.
I saw your buddy Brad, Matt, on Twitter saying his wife, I think a school teacher, so she was bullied this week at work by a male.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and he says he's going to get this guy back tenfold at some point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brad's a nice guy, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
If I bully my wife, I'm stopping by work first.
We already went down this.
I don't care.
We got
stopping by work.
Stun gun? What's the weapon there? What do you do?
Eric's going out for breakfast. He's stopping by work first.
It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be everything. Stopping by work.
A plethora.
That's right.
Holy shit.
All right. Well, shout out to all you guys. Thanks for showing up. Everybody in chat. We have a lot of fun here every week. Some days, you lead up to Sunday and you're like, shit, it'll be nice to just kick back and relax. But then you quickly join in on the conversation and you remember why you're here every week. So thanks, you guys, for showing up. Eric, you have any last words? We'll let you be last.
Last words.
Thanks for you guys for staying in here so I can jump in, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we were very chatty tonight. A lot of words.
Yeah, and I can't wait to listen tomorrow to hear Scorekeeper 69's hijinks.
Yes. All right. Well, this has been 161. We'll be back next week with 162. More thoughts on Returnal next week. Eric will have maybe a little bit of time to play the Resident Evil, so we'll hear some more about that. And maybe we can get Matt to play. What do we need Matt to do? What's his homework? So I'm going to assign him something to do.
He needs to be more in the home run derby. You have to hit at least 25 out.
Matt gave me the secret sauce, Eric. I was overcompensating. I was hitting the X button, and I really should have been hitting the A button.
The A button?
Eric says, no, I hit X. I was hitting it.
I was hitting X.
Let's see. We gotta have another Wednesday nighter.
Yep.
All right. Until then, this has been 161, swinging for the fences.
Can't wait till 169. Okay.
Hey now.
Who said that?